Alrighty, what's going on? Welcome into BP Insights. So yeah, I mean, it really is just straight up bullshit. Just how many like false studies there are in carnivore diet. Like you look at like this diet's like helping people's teeth. Like people's teeth aren't falling out, acne gone, curing diabetes. There's so many benefits, and all there are these bullshit fucking articles online talking about how carnivore's so bad. And they really have no evidence to dispute that. Like you look at Harvard did a study. Like Harvard did a study that was complete bullshit just because every study done on carnivore diet that's trying to say that it causes cancer or it makes people die faster, or most people that are on that diet die faster. All those studies never took into account sugar. So like most people, when you eat red meat, like a burger from McDonald's, you get like a shake or fries or fucking whatever with it. Those studies didn't even account for sugar. How can you do a study to try to find if meat's healthy and you're not accounting for sugar and all this other garbage? It just doesn't it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, despite the multitude of studies, this bullshit article by, what is it, CNBC, of course. This is this bullshit article by these libtards at CNBC. 2012 study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine, whatever the fuck that is. Harvard researchers found that more than 100,000 men and women, people in the study who ate mostly red meat, tended to die younger. Yeah. All those studies done by the universities, most of those are funded by junk food companies also. And also, they don't account for sugar. And that's the thing a lot of people don't realize. Look at the 1980s. A lot of doctors were paid to push sugared cereal over red meat. They're just saying a lot of doctors were pushed to say that fat is bad for you. It's crazy. Just like, like you hear, how can you be a person? It just shows that obviously I think people understand eating McDonald's and sugar and all this junk. Like I keep picking on McDonald's. Obviously, it's Doritos, it's Skittles, all this. I think people understand eating all this is bad. But what's scary is people have this has become a norm for them, and they become semi-comfortable with it. Because if you're semi-comfortable, you usually don't make a change in your diet unless you become just completely uncomfortable with it. It's crazy that people have become semi-comfortable just eating shit, and then hearing evidence of all the, mind you, anecdotal, just because there's no clear studies on carnivore diet. And then despite all these studies on carnivore diet, people are still not at least intrigued to try to change. It's kind of at least to try carnivore diet. But people are so addicted to eating crap that addiction overrides them changing. That addiction overrides them possibly pursuing a carnivore diet. Like that addiction just overrides mind you, it takes discipline to do carnivore diet. That overrides them getting disciplined and doing a carnivore diet to feel better in so many aspects, including if you have diabetes, potentially getting you off insulin. If you have acne, curing your acne, getting your skin looking better, getting your face thin, making your teeth not fucking rot and fall out. So yeah, this is just this article. Yeah, there's just so much. It's crazy how much just misinformation there is on the internet. It's Like, what's scary about that is, like, say you're a person intrigued about carnivore diet. No, because a lot of people, when they're intrigued about something, you go to the internet, right? You Google something. So you could have a person that's really intrigued about carnivore diet. Maybe they felt like shit their whole life. Maybe they're a fat ass and they want to make a change. They can be intrigued. When you're intrigued, you want to Google something, right? We'll stay here. I got to stop with my side tangents. But when, say you got a person intrigued about carnivore diet, you Google carnivore diet. You see what the libtards write at CNBC. You see all this misinformation, these false studies, and you think, I shouldn't try a carnivore diet. And then you just go back to eating your shit diet. All this processed food that some countries are trying to ban. It's just crazy. Like, so much false information, so much, like, other countries trying to ban processed food, and the U.S. is pushing processed food. Because in the U.S., you have to pay for most of your health care. So if the citizens are paying for it, why does the U.S. government give a fuck if everyone's fat or sick? They're not going to pay for it anyways. In some of these South American countries, the government has to pay for people being sick. That's why in France they put labels on food. You know, these countries don't want people fat and sick because the government has to pay for this shit. But yeah, that's the eating shit ties into the matrix of why you can believe in the matrix. Because, like, if if the dangers, all these dangers are out there of how addictive sugar is, how bad sugar is for you, how bad processed food is all these are out there. And this stuff there's still no food warnings at this point. Like, years have gone by. Like, people have been eating processed food, fast food, sugar for years. And there's still no warnings. There's still no people. There's still not, like, many people, like, in the government, like, the U.S. government has not really pushed to ban this stuff. That just goes to show you that there is an agenda here, that there's high up people that are perfectly fine with people continuing to eat this garbage. I think about the way you feel when you eat processed food. I remember being in college, like, the cafeteria food you can just tell was so processed. I remember just, like, a lot of days that would just really fuck up my stomach. Like, processed food is so hard on the body and your stomach. Because you think about, like, that's think about in simple terms, why processed food, why sugar's so bad for you. It's just, like, all the extra ingredients. Like, you think about, like, we evolved from just basically eating meat, a little bit of fruit and vegetables. You look at what's in meat, okay? Protein, fats, natural stuff that just, like, occurs in nature. Like, you look at, like, what's in Skittles, all these extra ingredients, like, that's stuff that just some people just don't think about this deeply. But think about, like, your stomach is, like, humans have been, like, through evolution, like, the stomach has learned to digest meat and fruit and natural whole foods, organic foods. When you add in all this other crap, it's a lot of times, acne, body odor, anxiety, depression, all this stuff is coming. It's a lot of it's your body is trying to tell you that what you've eaten is not good, and it's not a net positive for the body. So what a lot of people don't realize. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the negative, I know I'm pushing a lot of the negatives. Let's look at some of the positives. Positive success stories of carnivore diet. There's so many. Yeah, it's funny when you type in success stories of carnivore diet. It's one of the first things that comes up. If you listen to Sean Baker's podcast, you really got to listen to that. That's awesome. Some of these success stories of carnivore diet, fantastic. I can't get enough of them, honestly. And his podcast is perfect because it really gets people on board. Like, you got to think, like, getting people, like, or it makes people, like, I started a carnivore diet a couple years ago, and from people around you, there's always going to be skepticism. But when you keep hearing, like, when there's podcasts out there and you keep hearing these success stories, you keep listening to Joe Rogan talk about a guy that's tremendous influence, it keeps you not even just motivated, it kind of just, like, gives you that reassurance that like others are backing you up and that you can keep going, you can keep doing it. Yeah, carnivore diet before and after photos. Yeah, I mean, people losing a ton of weight. Like, I mean, you look at some people like 500-600 pounds, like people losing like 300 pounds in a year in a healthy way. I'm just like, that just like, I guess I can't help people who are still skeptical of carnivore diet after these success stories. Like it's just like the person who, I don't know. I guess it's just like kind of the person that believes the earth is flat after there's so much evidence out there to confirm the earth is actually round. But sometimes people just are going to believe what they want to believe. So the people that still believe, only eating fast food is the way to live, YOLO, whatever the fuck you want to say, then I guess you just gotta have to let them be. But to me, health, as you get older, you start to realize how important health is. And I talked about this in like one of the shorts I made the other day, because like at the end of the day, if you're, even if you're succeeding in life, if you're not healthy, what do you have? I mean, like if you're like, you can be a millionaire, 6 figures, got a lot of things going in life, beautiful wife, but if you're dying, what does that all that stuff matter? If your health is very important. Yeah, here's all the success stories. Got a community here too, Sean Baker. Yeah, mental health, diabetes, weight loss, some of the other, like acne, acid reflux too, that's gone. Yeah. Ulcerative colitis, IBD, IBS, irritable bowel disease, irritable bowel syndrome. Yeah, this guy Larry improves chronic pain. That was a guy that talking about he didn't even think he was going to live long. This lady improves sleep apnea. Yeah, that's another thing. I sleep better. Like sleeping better sleep is so important. I slept so poorly for so long. I didn't know what it was like to sleep well. Yeah, this lady said, I'll never have another cupcake, candy bar, pop. Yeah, no shit. But yeah, I think like it's sad how many people just like lack discipline. Like, for example, I talk about the gym a lot because I go to the gym every day. Made an emphasis since July to never miss a gym day. But like, even with all the benefits, like especially for men, like how a strong body is a strong mind, how just being strong, being healthy just makes your life so much better, so much more fulfilling. There's a lot of men, a lot of people who hear that and still not go to the gym. It's just like, it's crazy. Like, you're not, like people that choose not to work out are you're just crazy. You're just crazy. Like, why not? Why? You got to just ask them why repeatedly. Maybe you'll get, who knows? You'll probably just get a bunch of excuses, but, maybe eventually you'll get a valid reason. But I still don't. If you're a healthy man, there's no reason you shouldn't be exercising. But yeah, you gotta, as a man, yeah, you gotta want to succeed. There's really no reason as a man that why that you should be fat or toothpick skinny. There's plenty of information out there of how to bulk up, how to stay in shape. So many answers. Just so many people. Like I talked about this the other day. So many people want to complicate things. Like, really, carnivore, ketogenic diet, training 7 days a week, getting sufficient sleep. You do those, and only drinking water. You do those 3, 4, 5 things. Obviously, that takes discipline to do those things. But you do those things: carnivore diet, drink water, get good sleep, go to the gym. If you just did those 4 things for the next year, I think you'd be amazed at some of the results you'd get. But yeah, can never get enough of these success stories. Negatives of carnivore diet. So yeah, that comes up too. Yeah, but you look at people, you never find a lot of the negatives are all these articles, and they're written by people that never do carnivore diet. That's what's kind of funny about carnivore diet. Is you never side effects: constipation, bad breath, heart, diarrhea. Look at and then. Yeah, that's funny. You type in benefits of carnivore diet. You have to search to find that article, but you type in side effects of carnivore diet, and it's all these lists of like negatives, as if like fucking classic Google for you. Brain fog, complete brain fog. That's the complete opposite. I have my brain is not foggy at all. Diet, I don't even know what that means. Nutrient deficiencies. Yeah, this is classic Google for you here. This is like Googling, why does my chest hurt? And it comes up all these, alarming things. This is Google. Yeah, this is a classic Matrix elite people, idiots at Google. This is a classic, the Google woke agenda here, trying to scare people from doing carnivore diet. But what's funny is down here you have like Reddit posts. I'm sure if you read through these Reddit posts of people that actually do carnivore diet, there's no negatives. Cramps too. I've never had cramps. Constipation. I mean, here's the problem with these side effects. Can you get constipation on carnivore diet? Sure. But like, what? It's one of those things where I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of like an analogy for it. Like, you can get, I guess the way to counter that point is like, or you can get constipation from eating. Like, constipation just can happen. Like, it's not constipation can happen right. If I had constipation on carnivore diet, but that's because I've done carnivore diet for at this point, a strict one for like 8 months, 7 months. Never had, and even in 2 years, I've had constipation a few times. But like, think about constipation is just one of those things where if you eat food enough, odds are it's just it's gonna happen eventually. Bad breath, the complete opposite. Teeth are the best they've felt. I brushed with no toothpaste today. I had bad breath. Not eating a carnivore diet, eating a normal standard diet, my breath was horrible. I don't even like to talk about it, but switching to a carnivore diet, hear that. And diarrhea on a carnivore diet, yeah, that's natural. But here's the thing with the diarrhea on a carnivore diet. That's a lot of times the diarrhea on a carnivore diet. It's like your body trying to flush out toxins. It's your body, like your stomach, trying to just clear away any bad things. Heart disease. There's really no studies that back that up. Yeah, let's go on Reddit. Reddit, take it for what it is. But Here's a person, I did carnivore diet for 21 days and felt amazing. I told my nutrition about it and said I wanted to do it. She warned me and said your blood work can get out of whack if you eat long term. Of course, probably a doctor that doesn't know anything about nutrition. She warned me about that your blood work could get really out of whack if you only eat meat long term. I also read many people doing for a carnivore diet for 10 plus years. Would love to hear your experience. Yeah. Of course, yep. Another negative story another story, all positive, but the doctor shooting it down. These doctors that know nothing about nutrition. That's the other issue. That's what Sean Baker's talking about. A lot of these doctors don't know anything about nutrition. Like you look at, there's a lot of doctors and even pediatricians that are just fatter than shit. Like they waddle in the room. I mean, just like completely fat arms. Like, I mean, it just looks like a bag of, like if you squeezed it, it would like feel like a bag of pudding. And they're talking about nutrition. Yeah, here's a smart ass because she misspelled carnivore diet with carnivorous or coronavirus. Yeah, so a smart ass just wanting to get likes. Said 10 years with corona. Yeah, there's always one of those smart asses in a comment section. Thinks he's funny, just wants to get a bunch of likes. Probably has a small dick. Yeah, look at he has no profile picture. So yeah, probably just a weak, scrawny bitch. Probably playing Fortnite right now. Probably asking his boys where they're dropping. Probably women have never looked at him in his life. Probably has never gotten with an attractive girl. But yeah, back to the point. So, but yeah, you look at, there's still no negative stories on carnivore diet. Disadvantage, high fat, high cholesterol, and sodium. See, honestly, I think my sodium, I can't verify. I thought my sodium levels were higher when I was not on carnivore diet. You think about, like, if you eat a fast food meal, Taco Bell, think about how high that is in sodium. Like, sure, eating a lot of meat a day, does that raise your sodium? Can that get your sodium pretty high? I mean, maybe, but I don't even know. I should be careful because I don't even know really the effect, like some of the effects of too high sodium. But like, honestly, like, how is not eating like a bunch of fast food for lunch or dinner? How is that not a risk of high sodium or even high fat cholesterol? So that's just like, I don't know. And then why is heart disease always the first? Like, why is heart disease the first thing that always pops up? Like, has that been back? Has there been any studies that have backed that up? There was that, I've not read anything that backs that up. Digestive bad breath. Why is there's bad breath again? It's so comical because I've had just the complete opposite experience. I had bad breath when I was eating the standard American diet. Headaches, irritability, nutrition. Like what? I just you gotta just like honestly, like, you can get pissed off, but honestly, you kind of just have to laugh a little bit. Like why? Like heart disease. It's just like the go-to. Like, I don't like it. That's the go-to and the BS. You know, just because like heart disease. It's just like, I don't know. Like, if I don't even know like an analogy for it. Like, if you're trying to insult someone, you just call them like the nastiest word ever. That's kind of like the go-to here. Like, their go-to is like, let's try to insult someone, heart disease, or let's try to just like get as bad a connotation around this as possible. So that's just affiliated with heart disease. Behavioral character. Here's another National Library of Medicine. See what these idiots said. Behavioral characteristics and self-reported health statuses among 2,029 adults consuming carnivore diet. Yeah, at least this shows that there's not a lot of negatives. I don't know how accurate this is. I want... Yeah, I genuinely want to find someone that's had a negative experience on carnivore diet. You talk about like Joe Rogan. I remember he asked Jordan Peterson like a negative experience he had on carnivore diet, and he talked about the only negative experience is when he drank apple cider and he felt like an over sense of impending doom. Like you hear stories about when people kind of defer from the diet, some of their symptoms come back, their autoimmune issues, their arthritis, their acne, their whatever, acid reflux. But when people are on the diet, there is, I just don't, I genuinely want to hear a negative. Like, honestly, the only negative, okay, this one, right, I got to be careful because diarrhea, yes, diarrhea. I guess if you want to be really nitpicky, the downside is there you do have diarrhea, but it's not like I'm not like alarm. It's not like it doesn't like hinder my life. Like it's not like you eat. Like if I sit down and ate like 5 burgers, I didn't like immediately have to run to the bathroom. Like some people have diarrhea that's like that. It's like some people talk about when they switched from the normal American diet, or when they switched to carnivore, but when they were on the standard American diet, they had like severe diarrhea that caused them to lose a ton of weight, caused them to be underweight, caused them to run to the bathroom all day. Like that's severe diarrhea. Like that's when diarrhea is an issue. Carnivore diet, having diarrhea occasionally, in a diarrhea that could, I think a lot, I don't know, I got to be careful because I don't want to state misinformation, but I think a lot of it's, the stomach's just trying to clear out any toxins in the body. So that's the thing. Yes, I guess Google is not wrong with this negative side effect of carnivore diet, but also like, I would argue it's not a severe issue. I think cramps, I've never had cramps. I've never had cramps once, nutrition deficiencies. Now, you could argue I had this, but I wasn't doing carnivore diet. I wasn't following it super closely. Like a little over a year ago, I was eating beef jerky. I was kind of skipping meals and only eating beef jerky. That was not smart. That was kind of making me look a little pale and flush. But beef jerky is technically not carnivore diet because beef jerky's, it's got added sugar, added sodium, added stuff. So, but yeah, but let's start quickly here. Constipation, no. Bullshit. Bad breath, bullshit. Diarrhea, yes, but it's not a serious issue. Heart disease, no information has backed up that whatsoever. Brain fog, complete opposite. My brain is clear, mental clarity. Nutrition deficiencies, complete bullshit. If you're following the diet to a T, eating enough fat, eating enough protein. Cramps, no, complete bullshit. The diet just says diet here. I don't know what that means. Irritability, complete opposite. My anxiety's gone. Nausea, nope, complete opposite. Headache, no, not a single. When I'm following the diet, no headaches. So all these side effects, just complete bullshit. But that's the thing about side effects. If someone reports it once, then it can be a side effect. So yeah, complete bullshit. But yeah, I want to wrap with that, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more episodes and clips.